Equal justice under the law, inscribed on the building that houses the United States Supreme Court, is the cornerstone of American jurisprudence. As attorneys, it is our responsibility to guarantee that equal justice is a reality for all North Carolinians.
Children, senior citizens, people living in poverty. We have an ethical and professional duty to ensure that the judicial process is available to the most vulnerable in our society.
The preamble to our rules of professional conduct states that all lawyers should devote professional time and resources to ensure equal access to justice for all. That includes those who cannot afford legal counsel because of economic or social barriers. An increasing number of North Carolinians are in critical need of our help.
1.1 million North Carolinians, 13% of the state's population, live in poverty. 24% of all Tar Heel children younger than age 5 are poor. Poverty is at a 32-year high and worsening. 28% of workers earn less than $9.60 an hour, the amount needed to lift a family of 4 above the federal poverty level. 16% of the population lacks health insurance. Home foreclosure filings grew by 180% between 1998 and 2005. Legal Aid of North Carolina is a statewide nonprofit agency created by the North Carolina Bar Association to provide free civil representation for our state's low-income and working poor communities. Representation by legal aid can have a profound impact on the lives of their clients. This working mother of 2 was a victim of domestic violence.
A lot of black eyes. I got a metal baby chair thrown at me and it slit the corner of my eye. I've been thrown into the side of a door and the back of my head busted open. I've been choked while holding my youngest child.
There are over 40,000 victims of domestic violence in North Carolina each year. A recent study found that the availability of legal services in the county of residence is one of the most important factors in decreasing the instances of domestic violence.
Since we have been going to legal aid and getting their help, we don't look over our shoulders. Boys are a lot happier. They're not as nervous. They don't have the scared look on their face. They have the happy smiles on their face.
Legal aid attorneys work tirelessly to represent those who would otherwise not be able to afford counsel. They settle over 70% of their cases out of court, but when they go to court, they win over 90% of the time. And they do this on a shoestring budget. The average salary for an attorney with 10 years' experience is only $41,000. Diane Brady, a legal aid attorney for over 20 years, represents seniors. Over 125,000 seniors in North Carolina live below the poverty line.
Many seniors live in poverty. They have a very limited income. Perhaps they were farmers or factory workers and have low Social Security income. We try to help them with financial problems they may have with their Social Security income, their Medicare, Medicaid benefits, housing, domestic law problems. They're very vulnerable to any kind of crisis that may come up in their lives.
Legal aid's cost-effective statewide system provides representation in all areas of law that impact the lives of low-income North Carolinians. The median income for legal aid's clients is $9,000 for a family of 4.
The words law and justice are carved onto the front of the North Carolina Supreme Court building. Our legal system is only a true avenue to justice if all North Carolinians who have been wronged, regardless of their economic status, have the full protection of the law. That is only possible if they are afforded access to competent legal counsel. Many in our state do not have the resources to hire an attorney. For them, Legal Aid of North Carolina and pro bono representation are their only hope.
This 56-year-old cafeteria worker turned to legal aid when her landlord refused to repair dangerous problems in the house she rents.
My problems with the house was gas leaks, problem with the roof and leaking in the kitchen, leaking in the bedroom, leaking everywhere, problems with the floors, the outside of the house peeling, paint peeling. My stairway was weak. The floor was weak. I called housing inspector. He told me I had 16 violations, 16 different violations. After that, I contacted legal aid. We went to court. After we went to court, my landlord had my house fixed up and I didn't have any more problems. But if I hadn't gone to legal aid, I would still have these problems. And I thank them very much.
Legal aid makes the legal system work for all North Carolinians. But the number of people who cannot afford representation is too large for legal aid to handle alone. They need your help. By working together, we can fulfill our responsibility to ensure equal justice for all.
Legal aid receives only about $5.35 for each of its 3 million eligible clients. Because of lack of resources, legal aid must turn down 8 cases with merit for every case they accept. Each of these cases represents a real person with a real problem.
Equal justice under the law is the cornerstone of American jurisprudence. Each of us has an ethical obligation to ensure equal justice for all. For many years, I walked the halls of Congress and traveled the country on behalf of the American Bar Association to promote the need to significantly increase funding for legal aid. Unfortunately, legal aid continues to be underfunded. We all need to do our part. Volunteer for pro bono cases and support the work of Legal Aid of North Carolina. It is not only our responsibility, it is also our opportunity to help make North Carolina a better state.